How are we doing tonight, everybody? No, it's been a little while. Uh, just kind of a crazy week, honestly. I'm still trying to recover from set champs, and with it being November, gonna have a lot of family and friends coming by the house in the next few weeks, and so I have a lot of things to catch up on, and that's kind of been keeping me busy, keeping me away from stream, and I apologize for that. But yeah, I kind of fell behind on these things while I was getting ready for set champs, and yeah, I've kind of run out of time to uh to put it off. So here we are. It's probably going to be a little sporadic for the next little bit while I'm trying to get those things taken care of. Honestly, I'm not even going to be going to my locals probably for a little while, just because I spent too much time uh spent too much time doing Larcana on streaming, going to locals and going to all these different set champs and everything while I was chasing the mat. And yeah, it's time to pay the piper. Unfortunately, I got a lot of work ahead of me. I got to paint one of the rooms in the house. I've got to get things cleaned up, organized, get rooms ready for people that are actually staying at the house, and then just everything else that comes along with being an adult. On top of that, having to work and buy groceries, take care of things around the house, take care of my dog, all the fun things in life. But you know what? We're here. We're live tonight. So here's the plan for tonight. I am going to be doing a learn to play session with Gifted here in about an hour. Is when she said that she will be available to do that. I need to make sure I got a Discord up here so that I don't miss whenever she's available. But yeah, we're gonna kind of think of ways to keep this set interesting, because I've been thinking about it. The holidays are coming up. Everything's ungodly expensive, and so I don't think I'm gonna be buying any sealed product this set. I'm not going to any pre-releases. Well, I say no sealed product. I'm gonna buy one trove, just one. I always buy a trove. You can see I've got a bunch of them over here uh, that I use mostly for bulk. There's some also on the shelf. It's so hard with this being mirrored. On the shelf back behind me as well. Some of them are storing bulk. Some of them have cards from that set. Some of them have things that I still need to organize into my collection, which is another thing that I have to do, because I still haven't done that for Fabled, which I didn't buy that much Fabled product either, because it kind of seemed like a waste of money to me. So I didn't buy too much of it, but what I do have from like winnings and the little bit that I did buy, I still have to organize into my collection. And honestly, I didn't even get to do that for Reign of Jafar. Reign of Jafar still needs to be organized into the collection as well. And I've been going through my Magic collection as well. That's one of the things I'm working on primarily right now, trying to get things sold off. Just trying to downsize that collection a little bit. And I'm trying to downsize my Lorcana collection, but selling off bulk from that is a little bit harder than it is with Magic. So it's a process. It is a process, but I think, getting back to the subject at hand here, I think what I'm going to do, just to make this set interesting for myself, I bought one of the Reign of Jafar starter decks. I couldn't find any of the Fabled ones, so I bought one for Reign of Jafar. And I think that's going to be the basis of the deck that I play for this set. I think I'm going to start with the starter deck. I'm only going to build with things that I have in my collection currently. And I'm going to see, yeah, I'm going to see what I can do. I don't expect to be able to win a lot with it, but quite frankly, I think it's the only way I can keep this game interesting for myself, this set, without sinking a bunch of money into a meta deck, which I probably will right before set champs rolls around. I'll probably kind of compare, see what the meta's looking like, and put something together. But I really the biggest drawback for me right now is all the cards that I think are really, or well, not all, but most of the cards that I think are interesting are Amber from this set, and I don't play Amber. I've tried it. I haven't ever really cared for it. But because of that, whenever I was picking out my my precon, I did pick up the Amber Amethyst one to start for this set. So that's going to be the basis of the deck. I'm going to get used to playing some Amber. It's got Amethyst, which is my go-to color. So maybe doing that, I can actually get used to playing Amber and maybe actually have some fun with it. So I think with that being the case, oh, 1 second, that is not the window that I thought was up. It's not anything crazy. It's just my Card Kingdom order where I've been trying to buy a list, but I don't know if it's got any of my personal info, so I'm gonna make sure that is not what's actually showing here on screen. Not trying to dox myself. All right. So yeah, we're gonna go in here and we're gonna start getting this deck list put together so we can get to work on building something more interesting. And I should have known better. I ended up shuffling this before I started the deck list, so I'm gonna have to also I'm gonna have to sort this stuff out just a little bit here real quick. I haven't even really looked much at what's in the deck, so I don't know. It looks like it's a songs deck, which okay, sure, why not? So yeah, that's the first thing we got to do is we got to see what we've got in this deck. Once we've got all that, we can start taking a look at what we've got that's legal. You know, what is the deck trying to do, and we'll kind of modify it and see what we can come up with, because you know we're gonna have to definitely sculpt it for the meta. And again, it's not gonna be good. It's not going to. But I don't really care about it being good. What I want it to be is fun. And that's really all I'm going for with this, is something that's going to be fun. Maybe scrape up some wins here and there. And then we'll worry about winning whenever it actually matters. But, you know, it's not going to matter for a while. And quite frankly, even whenever set champs roll around, I may not even go very hard for the mat, because I don't really care for the mat that is out there for this upcoming set. So, like I said, we're gonna play this set by ear, 100% by ear. The last set with Fabled, I really wanted the mat, and that's why I went so hard trying to get it. And luckily, I did. I say luckily, I put in a lot of work. There definitely wasn't, you know, too much luck to it. I had to work really hard to get that mat, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, this set I'm not nearly as concerned about it. Like, if I don't even get to play in a set champs, this set, it really won't upset me. Just because, like I said, it's not really something I care too much about with this set anyway. I know I saw this card before. Where did I? Aha, there it is. But yeah, I think also doing a songs deck for me is going to be a challenge because it's not something that I typically do. Um, but yeah, like I said, I want to keep this set interesting without spending a bunch of money. And who knows, I may in a few weeks change my mind and I may decide to do something different, especially if this just isn't working out, or if I'm having less fun because I'm losing repeatedly. But again, we're just gonna play that part by ear for now because we don't know what's gonna happen, and that's okay. We don't always have to play the meta. We don't always have to play things that are expensive. And quite frankly, in this economy, who can, right? All right, let's see here. Trying to sort these cards out is such a pain. All right, there it is. I was gonna say, I knew that I had that one out somewhere. Starting to run it into some of these just being dupes. Yeah. Ah! Making a mess. Alright. So, I think that is everything. And then there's also, there's also the consistency factor, right? With these pre-con decks. They're not built for consistency. Because there's a lot of two ofs, which in some ways is great for us because that means I can easily cut down some of these things, especially the vanilla characters that just they're not doing anything and they're not worth having in the deck. But at the same time, it's not got a lot of rares in it either, which it is what it is. But yeah, we can just take a look at it, see how it's starting, and go from there. All right, so let's get rid of all of these filters first. And we're going to go ahead and get started here. So we've got Clawhauser. Got one Clawhauser. And then this is my family. I think we have 3. Yes, we have 3 of those. And I also love that this deck is very heavily Madrigal based. Encanto is one of my favorites. So having a deck that is heavily filled with Encanto cards makes me happy. Got 2, They Never Come Back. And then we've got 3, So Much to Give. Which I think that's a set 7 card, right? Yeah. And then we got 2 Marianos. You'd think we'd have more of those, just given that he's a common, but it looks like we've only got 2. She's not really that good anyway. He's on the short list for getting cut. Then Mirabelle, we've got 3 of this particular Mirabelle. Let's see, whenever you play this character, you may reveal a song card in your hand to gain 1 lore. So another problem with this deck is potentially the fact that, Ursula exists. And not Antonio. Yeah, so she can snipe those out of hand, but also Mirabelle's a 1-drop, so. But it is kind of unfortunate that we would have to straight up let our opponent know that, yes, if you play an Ursula, you are going to have a hit, and we're going to have to discard that. But it's all right. Like I said, we're we're gonna have to sculpt for the meta, so we'll figure it out. And we've got enough songs. I mean, it's gonna be kind of, kind of expected to lose some here and there, but if we've got enough of them, we'll be fine. Like I said, we got to get this thing put together first so we can even see what we've got to start working. Madam Mim also on the short list to get cut because she's just not good. Hey, Mac. So what I am doing right now, so this is the Precon from set 8, the Amber and Amethyst one. I've decided for this set what I'm going to do, because I don't really feel like spending a bunch of money, especially with the holidays coming up. I am going to start with this Precon, and I am going to use this as the basis for my deck for this set. I'm only going to use cards that I currently own or cards that I get from like playing in League through the next few months, and see what I can do with it. Maybe I'll get something that's spicy. Maybe it'll be hot trash, but it doesn't really matter because we're building for fun. We're not necessarily building for winning a mat this time around. And yeah, we're just going to go from there. One, two, three. Oh, but yeah, we're definitely going to have to do some work to really do any winning at all. But yeah, I got to see what we even have first before I can start making cuts. But like cards like Charlotte, probably going to get cut because she's a 1/3 do nothing vanilla card that's just not good. But yeah, I think I'm going to just focus on my love for the Madrigal cards and see what we can come up with. And, it'll be something that's hopefully fun to play, budget friendly, and, anybody can play along with me if they really want to. And, maybe even have some recommendations on what I can do to make this work a little bit better. Oh, I hit the caps lock instead of the A. Antonio. I keep wanting to put Antonia. That's definitely not his name. 1, 2. I got 2 of those. But yeah, this deck is primarily based around the Madrigals, which I really like. But it's also serving the purpose of getting me used to playing Amber, because I don't tend to play Amber, which is a little unfortunate for me because I actually really like a lot of the Amber cards in this new set. And I, before they announced rotation, I also spent a lot of money getting Rapunzels. I bought them at like $50 a pop, and then found out that I didn't like playing them just in time for them to announce rotation and the price to just fall out of the sky. So I'm kind of stuck with them for now, but it's all right. It's a good card. Once it gets reprinted, those things will go straight back to the moon. And I'm honestly thinking about buying more of them just because they're dirt cheap right now. They're like $15 a pop. So, and I have no doubt that once she gets reprinted, she'll go back to being at least 40 or 50 bucks. Maybe not 50. I don't know that she'll go back up to 50. Well, I guess that depends. If she's still the primary draw engine, she probably will be. It really depends on whether they end up printing any more card draw for Amber. Actually, I don't know. You might not really even need the card draw too much with the new Cauldron, because you can make your own card draw with that thing. You can just say, hey, you know how all that stuff was in my discard? Well, guess what? Now it's cards that I can actually play. We're getting to the end here now. We just gotta... just a couple more cards, I think, and then we should be good. But yeah, this is going to be a very, very different deck for me. I don't play a lot of songs, and I also don't play much Amber. So these two together is very, very different for me. Let's see, one of those and 3 of those. I really would love to be able to play this Bruno. I love this Bruno, but I don't think he's going to work in this deck, unfortunately. Yeah, there's a lot of like singing synergy. So unless I can find a song that lets me peek the top of my deck, I don't think that he's gonna be in there. And even still, I don't think he would really fit very well, just in general. Yeah, and this Cameo is also on the short list for getting cut. He's just plain bad. Alright, then we got Fantastical and Magical. God, I would love to have that enchanted. I probably should just get it. Honestly, I've got some stuff I could trade or sell to get it, and 45 bucks isn't too bad. Alright. We got 3 more cards. Come on, do the search. Do the search. Why are you not doing the thing? Search. Search. Come on, man. What's going on? There we go. Is that so hard? I don't know why it was doing that. All right. And then, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and add Flower because he's sitting right here. And then we've got Tiana. We got 1 Tiana. All right. How do I feel about the new boost cards? Honestly, I think it's a really good mechanic. I think it might be better than Shift, if I'm being totally honest. It definitely has its downsides. Although I think they tweaked the rules for it. I saw that there was an update to the comprehensive rules, but I haven't had a chance to actually look into the changes for myself. So I'm gonna have to take a look and see, but like so I like the idea of the boost because you can get that effect turn after turn versus with the shift abilities, like there were a lot of them that, you know, it only happened like on the turn that they were played or like if you shift them. So like if you weren't able to shift them, you just didn't get that and you missed your chance unless you somehow bounced the card back to your hand, which, you know, unless you're in Amethyst, there's not a whole lot of ways to do that. But a lot of these boost cards, you can just get that effect repeatedly so long as you're paying the 1 or 2 ink. Downside to it though, you're blindly taking things off the top of your deck, and I don't like that. As well as, you know, there's a world where you've got a character that you've boosted turn after turn and you've got, you know, 2 or 3 cards under it, and you know somebody hits you with the Mother Knows Best, all those cards go to your hand and then they follow it up with a Bend to My Will and you just discard all of them, which kind of sucks, but you know, I don't know how often that's actually going to happen, but I really won't be surprised if it does. All right, so now we can actually get to cooking here. Let's see. I'm gonna change the way that these look just because it'll be easier for me. So Charlotte LaBouffe is out of here because she's trash. We're gonna go ahead and go up to 4 on the Mirabelles. I don't think we really want Dolores. We're gonna hang out and wait on this. Yeah, so that Mac, you're right. That is the potential upside to do it. But really, I mean, again, that's you're gonna have only a couple of different colors that can do that. You know, just being um, green and purple. Um, it could potentially be good, but I don't know with the way that they've changed, because like some of the changes that they've made. Like I know I was reading something, or I say I know, I think I was reading something about the boost mechanic and the way that things work whenever, like if say somebody Hades a card that had, you know, that's been boosted a bunch of times. I think it was saying that like that only the top card, like the one that's face up, goes into the inkwell, and the others go into the discard, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know if that's like I don't know. There's still some things to be figured out. I think it has some promise, but I think I'm gonna have to see it in practice more before I can make a determination. But I think that could potentially work. Yeah, like, and I'm not 100% sure about that either. It's just been something I saw in passing. I don't usually, uh, the, man, are you talking about the delay for it being on screen or just in general? Oh, I guess it's kind of the same thing now that I think about it. Because I think it comes up on screen whenever I see it here. Let's see. Still supposed to be low latency. Hmm. I don't know. That's got to be a YouTube thing. That's the only way I can figure, because I mean I've got all my settings changed here now. Like I've got the low latency. Hmm. Let me make sure my OBS settings didn't get changed whenever it updated. I don't even remember where exactly that setting is at, but I know I had, is it in the advanced maybe? Oh yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna try changing this in the middle of the stream. If this starts messing up, that's why. Hopefully that'll get it caught up. I don't know whether or not that'll catch up. We'll see. I guess we'll see. Mac, you'll have to let me know if, you know, if it takes less time. And maybe you may also, I don't know. I changed it in the middle of this. Oh wait. Oh wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, I just changed the setting, so let me know if it changes, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how that'll work. You may have to maybe refresh your page. I probably shouldn't be playing with my OBS settings in the middle of stream, but I like to live dangerously. Oh, it's all good. It's all good, Mac. I appreciate your input, man. All right. So, yeah, Bambi's got to go. We're going to get rid of Bambi. There's also one of the nephews. Yeah, Dewey. You got to go, dude. Poe, you're out of here. All right. So I think those are the only ones right now that are really too important, or not too important. The ones that are really just bringing us down. We're gonna hold out on Antonio's Jaguar. Um, just on account of, I don't know if we're gonna keep Antonio. What does Antonio do? Let's take a look. Ah, crap. I think Antonio just disappeared. Yeah, Antonio did in fact disappear. So we're gonna have to... Antonio? Yeah, alright. So once during your turn, whenever one of your characters sing a song, you may search your deck for a character card with cost 3 or less and reveal it to all players. Put that card into your hand and shuffle. Okay, yeah, so... No. That just doesn't really sound that good, so... Yeah, we're just gonna get rid of that. As well as Antonio's Jaguar. Let's see, we do have a bodyguard here. He's just a 1/4, which isn't great. But we also don't have a whole lot of bodyguards whenever it comes to Claw, or whenever it comes to Amber. So rather than doing that, I think I don't know. I'm tempted to add in Tiana, but I'm really trying to also keep this deck budget friendly. So if I add Tiana, why did that go to Bambi? I did not type Bambi. Tiana. That's what I typed. So if I add a playset of Tianas, that alone is over $100, which is wild because this card used to be like $2. Don't get me wrong, she's a great card. But yeah, I don't know. I also think we should... So we want Dolores, but we want this Dolores. Just because, you know, whenever we play her and there's exerted, we get a card, which I love that. Now let's see. Flower, whenever you play another character, look at the top card of your deck, put it on either the top or the bottom. So you get to scry one with Flower. That's not bad. I don't know. Also, I want to go ahead and highlight what I don't have. I don't know if I have more Flower or not. I only have the one. So Flower is going to go the way of the dodo. We just... there's no reason for us to keep a one of for something like Flower. It's just not that good. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get rid of this, and then we're gonna... Oh, Mana Mim, what are you doing here? You're trash. Get out of here. Okay, so let's see what we actually have before we start cooking too much. So we've got Mirabelle, who is gonna have us reveal a song if we've got one in hand to gain a lore. Actually, I wonder if I change the view back to this. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And then we've got Huey, who's going to let us get new characters at a discount whenever he quests. Or well, you know, we're gonna get one discount or one discounted character. And then Louis is just, you know, kind of annoying. He's gonna reduce strength, but you know, that's kind of what we've got Tiana for, so he may go as well. Mariano only gets +1 whenever we have a Dolores in play, so he may go away too, because it's pretty rare that he's going to quest for 2. Peppa is going to gain a lore whenever one or more of our characters sings a song. She's going with our game plan, so she's probably going to be a 4 of. Tiana is just good. This Tiana is a singer 6, which is awesome. And whenever we sing a song, or whenever I play a song, excuse me, each opposing character gets -1 strength. I don't know how much we actually are going to need that. Well, that is until the... I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. One thing I'm noticing off the bat, though, is that we don't have a lot of evasives. So we may need more evasives depending on what songs we have. If there's any way we can maybe just deal with them through songs, that might not be too bad. And then we've got this Bruno that whenever you play him, opposing character can't ready at the start of their turn. Not bad, not terrible. We might be able to find something better. Dolores, we just added her in. Drun is okay, I guess. This is not great, not terrible. Ryder is our only evasive, so for now, gonna be big chillin'. Camillo, whenever he's banished in a challenge, he'll be returned to our hand, but he's a 5-drop. 5-drop 4/4. Not great. Alma, whenever one or more of our characters sings a song, we can ready those characters. So that's going to be pretty good. That's going to help us to be able to sing songs on repeat, potentially, assuming that we have enough songs. So Alma, 4 of for now. And then this Bruno, whenever he sings a song, we can draw a card for each character that we have in play. So he is card draw. He is going to actually be a 4 of, because I had 3, now I have 4 on account of the one that I actually got in the pre-con. So yeah, 4 of on that one. Is that really even... I mean, that's not necessarily gonna... I don't know if Huey's really going to be that great for us, unless we want to get like a free 1-drop. Okay, we need to keep going through here. I'm getting distracted. So we've got They Never Come Back, up to choose 2 chosen characters. Can't ready at the start of their next turn and draw a card. I do like this. This can be used to get rid of things with Vanish. Of course, it's also just going to stall out our opponents potentially and draw us a card. So I think I'm going to stick with that one for now. Then we've got, and that's an action, not a song. So we are going to have to pay for that one straight up, but that is okay. And then we got Forest Duel. So your characters, all of them, gain Challenger 2, and when this character is banished in a challenge, return the card to your hand. So that's not too bad. Potentially be able to just start running into things, and also just whenever they're supposed to be banished, they just go back to our hand. So I kind of like that. And then we get into songs. We currently have 12. I feel like we're going to need more than that for a proper song deck. So we've got so much to give. We're going to draw a card, and chosen character gains Bodyguard until the start of your next turn. That's okay, that could be good. Again, draws us card, potential way to get rid of those Vanish characters. Then we've got Trials and Tribulations. Chosen character gets plus... Wait, no, that says -4 strength, excuse me. Until the start of your next turn, so we can take one of those big bodies and make them not so big. And then we've got This Is My Family. It's just, gain a lore, draw a card. It's Dumbo's ability, but, in sing-song rather than on evasive bodies. And then we've got Try Everything. We're going to remove up to 3 damage from chosen character and ready them. They can't quest or challenge for the rest of the turn. This one, maybe go away. Fantastical and Magical. We're gonna sing songs together, and we're gonna draw a card and gain lore for each one that sang the song together. So I think that one we're gonna do 2 of. Yeah, I think we're gonna do 2 of there. We're gonna get rid of Huey. This Tiana, I think we're also gonna sack. Try everything I think we're gonna get rid of. Probably the same for Forest Duel. What does that leave us with? So we've got plenty of characters, honestly. We do need some 1-drops, because 4 1-drops is not going to do it. So let's see what we've got in terms of 1-drops. Let's see, is there anything that's really going to fit the vibe that we're going for? So Naveen's Ukulele, possibly technically. I don't really care for it too much. Daisy is just plain good, so I could just add Daisy in, but we are already looking at 13 uninkables, so that would be quite a lot. We could also get rid of This Is My Family. Yeah, we could get rid of This Is My Family and just keep Fantastical and Magical, and that would free up some space, potentially. Let's see. Ooh. So, we've got Golden Harp, but the problem with Golden Harp is that at the end of turn, if you didn't play a song this turn, you're gonna have to banish her. So you can't play her on curve because you're not gonna be able to play a song and the character. That sucks. I mean, it's not bad for late game, I guess. But I don't think this deck lasts until late game. So we're just gonna totally ignore that. And then we do have Pluto. We could have Pluto on 1 and be able to play a 3-drop on turn 2 at Miss Tiana. That would be good. Oh, actually, I don't have my legality filter on, so we might not even be able to play Pluto. No, we can. We can still play Pluto. And we've got the Queen. She's just vanilla. Palace Guard. The Royal Guard, I do like. The Royal Guard, we very much... Oh. There's more things on here. I don't know why Pooh Pirate Ship wasn't showing up before. Yeah, anyways, we're gonna keep going here. Atlantica, that could go. Yeah. That could go in there potentially. Yeah, we might do Atlantica. I don't understand how. Did it get reprinted? Oh, it did. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe. Hard maybe. Did we miss any other? Okay, that's set 10 card. Oh, yes. Aurora. Aurora is an excellent card. But would we get any use out of her? I think Tiana is the only possible target. So if we don't have Tiana in hand, it doesn't really do us any good. But on the times that we do have Tiana in hand, I don't know. I tell you what, for now, we'll add her in. Just because she could potentially be beneficial. Don't really care about removing damage too much. So other 1-drops that are good is Rafiki. Rafiki's just good. Probably wouldn't be bad to have Rafiki to fight off aggro decks. That's pretty much our only shot at beating off aggro decks, I think. Or beating... well. And we've got Diablo. Diablo is always just good too, but we don't really have any way to make him stronger. Because we're going for songs primarily. I would love to be able to make this a mill strategy, but it's just not just not viable. Oh, interesting. I don't think that would be very good, but it is interesting. Yeah. I don't know, maybe Rafiki is the way to go. I guess we'll throw in 4 Rafikis there. So now let's look at songs. Songs are going to be very important. There we go. Types. Let's check out songs. Oh, okay. So there's also look at this family. Top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal up to 2 character cards and put them into your hand. Not great. Circle of Life. I do have at least 1 copy of this. I don't know. Maybe. World's Greatest Criminal Mind might be good. Return up to 3 character cards from your discard to your hand and pay 2 less. Yeah, no. The Family Madrigal. You're going to look at the top 5 cards of your deck and reveal up to 1 Madrigal character and up to 1 song and put them into your hand. Put the rest on top of your deck in any order. I do kind of like this. We can order our hand, and I'm planning on having lots of Madrigals and songs. So, yeah, I do like that. Yeah, there we go. This is a set 10 card, so we don't have it. Set 10. Second Star to the Right, I don't think is... I think we probably should do that over the Fantastical and Magical, which I hate to say because I really want to... You know what? Screw it. We're going to do Fantastical and Magical anyway, just because I'm stubborn. It's not the right play, but we're going to do it anyway. This Bruno, I think we're going to cut down to 3. Also, this Bruno, maybe... Okay, so that's... We only have 14 songs. 14 songs, that's almost... Well, I mean, that's almost a quarter of the deck. That's probably plenty, actually. Yeah. So now we're going to cut out those, and we are going to... Madrigal. So, Mirabelle. I do like this Mirabelle. She's evasive and singer 5. This one's a shift 4, and whenever she quests, you can return a song with cost 3 or less from your discard to your hand. That is most of them. So that could be good. Yeah, I think we add this Mirabelle in. We need to look for better shift targets for Bruno. Let's see. Love this Bruno, but I don't think he's really going to work here. This is the one we currently have. This is the same one. Oh no! Those are our only shift targets for Bruno? Ugh. Alright, well... Let's see, did we have anything? Did we have anything? And I do mean anything. Oh, Mariano, get out of here. We don't need you. To peek the top of our library. I think Louie's out of here too. No, No, we don't. Okay. Yeah, so that's not a good one to put in there. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to stick with this Bruno, unfortunately. Oh well. Um, so let's see. We're at 61 cards. Is there something that we should cut? I think we should probably. Uh, I don't know. Is there Trials and Tribulations? Should we swap that for World's Greatest Criminal Mind? Do you think? What's our curve looking like? Oh my god, this curve is ugly. I don't like this curve at all. So we've got 8, 12 1-drops. That's probably too many. No, Mac, I don't think I've ever actually gotten on Inktable, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, I typically just do my play testing by either like goldfishing or just playing in person or on Pixelborn. Let's see. This deck is gonna be so bad, but I'm gonna love it so much. Oh man, and yeah, no, that's a good point. It probably would be good for stuff like this. All right, so I think I'm gonna cut these down, and although it's let's see, let's read the full effect of Bruno here. Name a card, then reveal a top card of your deck. If it's the named card, put that card into your hand and gain 3 lore. Otherwise, put it on top of your deck. Okay, so we could put him in here. I don't think that's the play though. We need to reduce our 1-drops. Aurora, I don't think is really going to be serving us, because the only target that she has is Tiana. And that's just not enough to get the value out of her. Tiana is Tiana. She's just good. She's really the only good card in this list, if we're being totally honest. Droon, we're gonna get rid of that. Curve's starting to look a little bit better. Yeah, because we could. Yeah, because we can play this Bruno on 4. Yeah, that's probably better, actually. Yeah, we play this Bruno on 4, shift him on 5. Yeah, that's probably the play. So songs. We need more songs once again. So we're going to get rid of the Madrigal thing here. We're going to go back to filters, and we're going to look at songs again. And again, we are going to totally ignore anything from the new set. So we're just going to go here. We need some lower cost songs too, I think. So Heal What Has Been Hurt could add to our card draw. Possibly. World's Greatest Criminal Mind, I don't think would be too bad to add in. Maybe we could do a couple of those. Maybe a couple of each. Card and put it into your hand. Do we have anything that's really even big enough to want it as a bodyguard? I guess these aren't too bad. Camille might get the boot too. I love that I started with this precon and I have just stripped most of the precon away. It does kind of crack me up. We're also going to put 2 copies of Second Star to the Right in, which is probably too many. Poor Unfortunate Souls might not be too bad, because this can potentially help us with, like, aggro. We can just return, like, daisies back to somebody's hand, and they're just gonna have to play it again. But I don't know. I don't really know. Blast from Your Past I don't think is really gonna serve us well. We Know the Way could be fun. Especially if it's like a song card. Yeah, that's a good point, Mac. That could make for an interesting challenge, which I mean, the whole thing already is going. Let's actually, you know what? Let's take an inventory real quick and see what we're starting with from, or what we've still got from the pre-con. So we've got Mirabelle, Peppa, Bruno, Camillo. So these are all from the pre-con. I've just added more of them to it. Alma and Bruno, those are all from the pre-con. They Never Come Back, that's pre-con. So Much to Give, Trials and... Okay, so I guess I haven't really stripped as much as I thought. It's just, it feels like a lot because I've taken the things that are there and I've just added some consistency by upping the number of copies, because there were a lot of things that they're just 1 and 2 ofs that just really weren't doing anything for us. So instead of running a bunch of different cards that I've only got 2 of, now I've got 3 or 4 of those cards that are actually good, because like they're not going to give us 3 super rares in a pre-con. So yeah, that I think we've actually got a decent little build here. Oh, and didn't even notice I'm at 60. Let's see what our curve... There we go. This is a much healthier curve. Still pretty heavy on 3 drops, but I'll take that. I will take that for sure. Yeah, I think this might be the first draft. I think I might put this together and try it out after doing some playing here. I got a message from Gifted that she'll be done or she'll be ready in about 5 minutes. I'm just gonna send her a message real quick. All right, but yeah, I think we still stuck to the pre-con a decent amount. Although I think I am going to... I think I'm probably gonna maybe swap... what would I want to swap? Family Madrigal might be a good one to swap, but I don't know, because this is pretty consistently going to draw me 2 cards. This is essentially sing and draw 2 cards. And get to order the rest of it. So maybe I don't. Ugh. You know what? I'm going to ditch the 2 copies of Second Star to the Right for We Know the Way. Yeah. Because that's going to also reduce my uninkable count. It's going to get it in a more comfortable range. And then it's also... you know, it just gives me more low-cost songs that Mirabelle can return to my hand. So I do like this. I think this is good. I think this is a good little build. Yeah, we're gonna call this starter to finisher. There we go. All right. So yeah, I think I'll start putting this bad boy together here pretty soon. And yeah, maybe next stream we can actually play this thing out a little bit. Cuz I'm not going to be able to go through and pull all these out tonight, I don't think. Let's see. Yeah, I like this. This is going to be a fun deck, I think. Tiana, honestly, I feel like Tiana's necessary, but she's also not fitting the vibe, you know? Hey, Gifted. How are you doing? Hey, what's going on, Stap? Just in time, man. We're just finishing up working on what I think is going to be the deck that I start with for this next set. I've decided that I don't want to spend money on it, and so I'm not going to. And I took this precon that I've got, and I decided I am going to build it out for fun and see if I can squeeze in some wins along the way. Maybe tweak it a little bit and you know, make it a little competitive. I don't know that it will actually work out that way, but regardless, it's on theme. It looks like it's going to be fun, and that is what I'm going for this set, because I don't want to spend a bunch of money, especially with the holidays coming up on this new set. So yeah, we're going with Mirabelle songs. Or not Mirabelle, sorry, Madrigal songs. So we've got the Shift Mirabelle and Bruno. We've got Alma, got a whole mess of songs, and you know, a decent little curve here. Our 3 drops are a little out of hand, but that's mostly just due to the number of them that are songs, and Mirabelle returns 3 cost and lesser songs to your hand. So, I mean, honestly, that seems like the play. So, yeah, that's what we're going for as of right now. And we may, towards the end, we may go for a meta deck around set champs if I really care that much. But for now, I'm just gonna go with, you know, just for fun. Fun is my only priority this set, because yeah, I don't know. I need to focus on fun. I think that's the biggest thing that I'm learning right now, is I really need to focus on fun and not so much on the actual winning winning portion, because it's just, yeah, it's got me a little burnt out, if I'm being totally honest. I think I spent a little bit too much time focusing on trying to win over the last month and a half or so, and now I need a break. I need to find a way for this game to be fun again. All right, Gifted, are you going to be ready to play some games here in a second? Because we are also going to be playing some games with Gifted tonight, trying to help learn how to play. Yeah, there's a guy at my locals that plays Yellow Blue that he did pretty well with it. And honestly, I don't know. I like Madrigals. I've been wanting to put a Madrigal deck together for a while, and this just seemed like a good excuse to do it. And like I said, I'm really not too concerned about winning too much this set. And I don't know. I'm really primarily trying to put off buying any product in general until things, level out and we see how they're gonna do. I'll buy whatever I need towards the end of the set if. Yeah, last set was just boring. It was just there wasn't a large enough card pool. I think is really the primary problem. Like even like the mirrors, there just wasn't any sort of difference in them. At least in other sets, we've had some amount of diversity in even in the mirror. There's still stuff going on that, or like there was still enough difference that like you weren't playing the same thing repeatedly, even in a mirror. Yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot more variety as far as like what's available. You're right. That's very, very true. And I'm hoping that maybe makes me a little bit more interested, but we're gonna have to see. That's definitely where we're at right now. Is just we'll see when we get there. And right now, I don't care enough to look and see what the options, or not necessarily what the meta's looking like. It's just I really don't care. I need to stop caring about it for a little while and just play to have some fun, and that way I don't get burnt out. Because if I burn myself out, I'm probably gonna end up dropping the game, and I don't want to do that. I've sank a lot of time and money into the game, and I do enjoy it. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I just need to play for some more fun. All right. All right. So now we're gonna do some learn to play with Gifted. So we're just gonna use this this precon to play. Gifted. I'm ready whenever you are. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to check out that Discord too much, Stat. I've been busy trying to take care of things at the house, getting ready for the holidays and everything. I got a bunch of people that are going to be coming over in the next several weeks, and that's part of the reason I haven't been streaming so much. Is I've got a lot of stuff that I need to do around the house that I just haven't had a chance to actually take care of. And so I'm scrambling to try and get caught up on all of that. Yeah, man, it was fun. I'm glad to actually get to, meet you and see you face to face. That was very nice. I'm hoping I can do that more, in the future, especially once things, kind of calm down and I don't have to, don't have to be in the middle of set champs or the holiday season and all that, because it was really cool. All right, I'm gonna hop in here, see if we can get. Well, I guess I need to clear off my desk a little bit too. Just gonna be hanging out waiting for Gifted. Trying to get everything squared away. Yeah, Stab, I totally understand what you mean, man. I decided I'm gonna give the game another year. Just because I really I have enjoyed the game, just generally speaking, most of the time that I've played. The last couple of sets have been down, but overall I've enjoyed playing the game, and so I don't want to give up on it just because this set was boring because it's post rotation, right? Like it's going to be a little boring. So I'm gonna give it at least another year. I'm really hoping that Infinity will pick up some steam, especially after the event that they're doing later this month. I think it's this month. Maybe it's next month. I don't know. It's sometime this set. There's going to be that Infinity weekend. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm probably going to try and work on a good Infinity format deck here pretty soon to actually hopefully do decent with that. And I do want to also go to the indie DLC that's going to be Infinity and see about doing that. Maybe see if that makes it a little bit more fun because I just like it. I like Eternal formats just in general. So yeah, I mean, maybe that'll help out. Maybe, core just won't really be my thing, but we'll see. Hey, Gifted, how are you? Hey, you've got a Madrigal deck. Or not deck. Madrigal mat. That one's one of my favorites. And I gotta really shuffle too, so you got some time to get set up. Oh. Oh, thanks, Stab. I appreciate that, man. Took a lot of work to get it. Gifted, are you able to hear me? Let me see, I might need to turn volume up for you. Da, 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 da. Oh. Let's see. Oh, we can hear a little bit now. No, she's trying to get all her stuff squared away, so it might just be a couple of minutes while we're getting set up. So just bear with us, everybody. So, Stapp, have you? I see you've been working on the blue steel quite a bit. Have you played any other decks, or is that the only one that you've been working on? You still there, Gifted? I know she hasn't used Pixelborn a whole lot, so might also be trying to figure that. Hey man, that's awesome. I'm glad that you found a deck that you like. That's Blue Steel is fun. I've played it a little bit in the past. I played it like yeah, Mac, you're right. Already just took me out. But yeah, like I played Blue Steel. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 sets ago for a little while, and it was a lot of fun. So it is, and I tried it out at the beginning of this last set too. So I don't know. We'll see where things are looking at towards the end of the set, and it may be whatever I pick up too. I'm not really 100% sure, but like I said, I'm glad you found what you were looking for. The list that you sent me was looking pretty good. Gifted, are you able to hear me? Alright, I'm gonna do the thing that everybody hates. I'm gonna riffle shuffle these. I just want to make sure they're good and shuffled. And it's just a precon. It's just a precon, I promise. There's nothing expensive in here. Not that would stop me. Also, let's see. I'm gonna come over here. Yeah, turn the volume up here. Whoop. All right. I think we're still waiting on her to get set up. That's all right. Oh man. I'm hoping this deck is actually pretty easy to pick up. I haven't actually played it yet. I literally just sleeved it up this morning, I think. Yeah, it was this morning before I went to work, I think. Or maybe it was last night after I got home from work. I don't remember. It's recently. I haven't done anything with it, though. Also need to turn... Well, I don't know. Let's see how this is going to work for me. If I... Oh. I already had that turned way down, so... Oops. How's the music volume for you guys? Is it all right? Can you guys even hear it? I know on my end it looks like it's a decent volume, but I'm not 100% sure because I know there have been a few times it's looked like it's a decent volume, and it's really not whenever I watch things back. Oop. I'll move all this stuff out of the way so I can actually see. Oh, we got movement. We've got movement. Use background noise in general. Yeah, that's fair. And it's really hard for me too because like in my headphones, like I can't really adjust the sound of it too much. And like whenever I monitor it, it like I don't know, it sounds really weird because I already have it like coming through my headphones just from like the part that I'm listening to. And then I'm also getting it back from the monitors as well. And also, I think real quick, I'm going to update my my titles so that people will understand what's going on here. All right, I think that should be updating now. Uh-oh. That's not good. Interesting. I don't know if that actually got updated or not, but it's OBS thinks that I am offline for some reason. whenever at least in the where it's showing me where I'm streaming to, it still has the all my, I don't know. OBS is being weird. Everything else is still showing that I'm good to go, but for whatever reason OBS is confused. Gifted, are you good, or do you need a couple of minutes?
Is it working?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I cannot tell.
All right. Yeah, I say I could see your hand a second ago.
Okay. My poor little MacBook is fighting for her life out here.
Believe me, I understand that. I've had those same issues. Luckily, I was able to upgrade not too long ago, but my old one was she was ready to be put out to pasture. She was like 10 years old. Let's see, and I'm gonna come over here. Let's see, where did I hide that window? There it is. Now I'm gonna turn that down just a little bit for me.
Yeah, mine's coming up on 10 years now, and she's showing her age for sure.
Yeah, it happens, but you know what? If it were a PC, it would have been dead years ago. So that's the unfortunate downside to PCs is they've got relatively short lifespans compared to Macs.
It's true.
All right, so before we get started, do you want to play open-handed, or do you want to play like just a normal game? So, before we get started, do you want to play open-handed, or do you want to play like just a normal game?
I think open-handed for the first one.
All right. I'll go ahead and do that then. I've shuffled this into oblivion, so yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll cut it just for funsies. Not that it really matters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, this is a hand. Interesting. All right, so actually, I'll wait for you to get your hand out, and then we can go over mulligans.
Like actual card sleeves, so these are like the saddest ones.
It's fine. Anything will work, really. Honestly, whenever I first started playing, I had penny sleeves on all of my cards. I didn't know that there was a difference, and so yeah, I just had like regular little penny sleeves on my cards, and it was not easy to play with. They kept getting like stuck together, and like shuffling them was a nightmare. I almost wish I would have just played without any sleeves. Oh man. Have you already got it sleeved up, or are you working on sleeving them up now?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Oh. Oh. Well, now I'm throwing things on the floor. There we go. All right. Yeah, let me turn that probably turn her volume up all the way if I can. Ooh, maybe not all the way. That peaked almost immediately. So, oh. Now Pixelborn's doing its thing where it's just refreshing randomly. I really hope that Pixelborn gets better with time, because it's kind of frustrating that it does this all the time. I'm just glad mine finally stopped freezing up on me so bad, because that was the actual worst. Oh. Sorry, I gotta get my phone out of my pocket. It's bothering me. All right. Hey, there you are. Excuse me. Are you still frozen? Or did the refresh help?
I think. Let me move the dice and we'll see.
I heard the dice, but it looks like they're still in the same spot.
I think they might still be frozen.
Oh no.
Dang. Okay.
Let's see. I don't know that I... Trying to think of if there's another... Are you using some software for the camera? Because I know that's what was causing my mine to freeze a few weeks ago.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I am. Let me see. I think my that's what.
All right. Thanks for hanging in there with us, everybody. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Gonna do some learn to play. I really enjoy getting to teach people how to play, even though I'm not very good at teaching, just because, you know, it's nice just getting more people into the game. Oh, camera moved a little bit this time. Oh, I see movement. Ever so slight movement, but movement all the same.
So much. Okay. Let me see
here. Hey! Verified movement.
Spotted the Yeti. And not to pan over and show him the giant stack of fabled that's waiting to be sorted.
That's all right. Mac, it's not that serious. We don't have any judges here. It's fine. Mac's already calling a judge on you. Said he can see the card backs.
Oh no. Well, I mean, I could play them in pennies, but almost all the card backs are the same.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
This is all I have.
No, it was a fun. He was just joking. It's not anything that serious, especially just just learning to play, and really nobody would say anything to you even at a card shop. I've seen plenty of people with sleeves that you can see through a lot more than that. All right. And you don't have to worry about getting the mat framed up too terribly much. That should be plenty for our learn to play purposes. That's one of the hardest things to do, is try and get framed up. I had to get like a special arm to actually get this framed up the way that I've got it now. And I've seen people that are a lot smarter than me that just got a document camera, which is something I would have never thought about doing, but it was a very good idea and it works very well.
That's so smart.
Well, do you want to go ahead and get your start in hand?
Okay.
Mac, you've never seen a document camera? Dude, those things are... I say that. I guess they're really not super common. I saw them mostly in school. But yeah, it's literally just a camera that's essentially on its own tripod for taking top-down photos of documents. Who deals with document? Hey, some of us still have to deal with paper, all right? Oh. Pixelborn is doing Pixelborn things. Did it freeze up on you again, Gifted? Pixelborn's gonna do what Pixelborn's gonna do, I suppose.
Maybe I should just switch to not that terrible angle. Let's see.
I think you're frozen again. Oh, and it's refreshing again. Maybe this will fix it. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, everybody. Fingers crossed. Well. I guess in the meantime, while we're waiting for Pixelborn to do its thing, because it seems to be having a fit currently. Mac, is that delay that you were talking about earlier, is that fixed since I made the poor decision to try and update my settings in the middle of stream? I'm not sure how much of a delay it's got. I'm also not sure how much of that is whenever you say not at all, like there's not a delay or it's just not fixed at all. I'm gonna guess with the amount of time that took, that's probably meaning that there was no change at all. I'm also not sure how much of that is like a YouTube thing versus not fixed. Seems that okay, yeah, that's kind of what I was figuring. Yeah, like I said, I don't know how much of that is like a YouTube thing and how much of it is a I'm bad at settings thing. I'm not really sure. I can't really speak to like the Twitch side of it because obviously I can't really pay attention to what's going on with like how long between a message popping up on Twitch to how long before I actually see it in my chat manager. Let's see. We're gonna check on Gifted here because our camera's still not come up. So I'm just gonna shoot her a message real quick on Discord. Yeah, sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. We're still learning a little bit over here. But I guess while we are waiting, I don't know how many, if anybody, tuned in specifically for learning to play, but are there any questions that might be out there? Anything that we're curious about that I might be able to answer? Oh, Pixelborn's doing a thing again. I don't know what is Lorcana. So Lorcana is a card game based on Disney franchises, put together by a puzzle company. I guess they're really not just a puzzle company, but that's the only thing I knew they made before I started playing Lorcana. But they also do make other games, apparently. They also make Villainous, or is it Villainous? I think Villainous is the name of the other Disney game. I don't know. They like to do Disney stuff for their games. Thanks for the question, Stap. I appreciate that. Hey, actually, Stap, you know, you could probably speak to this just kind of because I was curious and we were talking with Mac. So Mac on the YouTube side has about a 15-second delay between the time he sends a message and the time that it actually gets to me. Have you noticed, is there like a big delay between whenever you send me a message and whenever I actually respond or whenever it pops up on screen? No? Okay, so yeah, it might just be a YouTube thing then. That's interesting. Because I've got all my settings changed to be like as low latency as possible with Yeah, sorry, Mac. I think it might just be a YouTube thing, man. You know, you can always come follow me on Twitch. I'm just saying, I only need 5 more followers, and I'll finally reach affiliate. That'd be pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. Speaking of which, anybody else on Twitch that's hanging out? If you're enjoying hanging out, even though it's fairly uneventful currently, you know, feel free to drop me a follow. We do like to come hang out and have fun, and we're always doing something. And honestly, I've got a lot of things. I guess this is a good time to speak about the things I want to have going on here soon. But I was thinking maybe we can start doing some like deck show and tell, like with theme decks and stuff. You know, maybe once a week we can just pick a theme and we can all build around it, and you know, just kind of show off what you got. Maybe do a collection show and tell if somebody has something really cool in their collection that they want to show off. Maybe doing some more. Oh, sorry about that. Some more games with viewers. You know, of course, we're playing with Gifted tonight, who is actually switching cameras right now, so that's what we're currently waiting on. But we've also played with Stap in the past. Who else have we played with? I know there have been a few other people that we've played with as well. Oh, okay. So just real quick, I'm going to disband this game. Oh. Oh, that might just be a Pixelborn thing, so yeah, Gifted, I don't know that that's just a you thing. That might be a Pixelborn thing right now. So all right, we're gonna switch scenes real quick so that I can get my stuff together, because I think I'm also I'm gonna have to quit Pixelborn and restart it. So now I have my own technical difficulties. So yeah, follow for more technical difficulties. Stap, you're just talking smack, dude. You know you're not bad at Lorcana. You had one unfortunate run, well, a couple of unfortunate runs for set champs, which happens. It absolutely happens. All right, we're back. We're back. I hate having to do that in the middle of a stream, especially because some of the windows that come up, which luckily they didn't have anything crazy on there, but let's see. So we're gonna go to play. We're gonna go to custom. Gifted. We're gonna do the same. We're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna do another learn to play as the name. Hopefully we got better luck this time. Okay. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. We are working on it though. We're doing the best that we can. Hey, there we go. Now let's see if it'll. There we go. All right, now I can move this out of the way. Now the question is, are you frozen or is your hand just there? Oh, okay, it moved. All right, we have movement. All right. Here we go. Now we're cooking with gas.
Is there sound? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're kind of quiet, but I can hear you. Hopefully stream can hear you too. I've got the volume turned up as high as I can on OBS.
That's just my actual personality, though. It's fine.
I gotcha.
Sorry, guys.
All right. So, I guess I
Okay.
should ask, have you ever played a game
Yeah,
before?
absolutely. Or do you have any cards?
Sorry, what was that?
Should I flip the cards, or can you see what I'm
No, I can see him just fine.
seeing?
Yeah. Just one second. I'm gonna have to turn down my music over here because it's super loud. Oh, that's too much. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Anyways, I had to turn down the music.
Ow!
Oh. Uh oh. Camera down. Camera down.
I'm all
All right.
Scuff stuff happens.
Oh man. All right. So, Gifted, have you ever played before, or have you just been watching up to this point?
Lorcana, I have played like less than 5 games, I would say, of it.
Okay, that's fair. So, as far as mulliganing goes,
But I do have like TCG experience.
okay. So, do you know, like, as far as like what you're wanting to do whenever you mulligan in Lorcana, or is that something that you're still trying to figure out?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So typically what you're going to want to do is try, so especially if you're going in blind and you don't really know exactly what you're going to want, typically it's best to get rid of your higher cost things first, because they're the last things that you're going to be able to play. So like in my hand here, so I've got 2 5 costs, 2 4 costs, and 3 2 costs. So like the 5 drops, I'm definitely gonna want to get rid of. The 4s, I'm probably gonna get rid of at least one of them. I'll probably keep the rider.
Why wouldn't you just ink the higher cost?
So that's what you can do if you get them back. But what you're typically trying to do whenever you're going in blind is trying to get a curve. So you want something that you can play on turn 1, something you can play on turn 2, something you can play on turn 3, and then, you know, a couple of cards that you can use for ink. And of course, the more that you can get for your curve, like if you have like a 1 2 3 4 5 and then 2 cards that you can ink, that's awesome. So that's why, like, I'm gonna try and get rid of my higher cost stuff, and I'll keep like 1 2 drop thing and 1 4 drop thing, and then I'd get rid of the rest, just because I want to try and get at least a 1 and a 3 drop here. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So for mine, I would probably get rid of Tekka because she's 6.
Yeah.
And then Iago, maybe? in the hope to get him later, because he seems like he would be more helpful.
Yeah. What is Panic? Is he a 4-drop or is he a 6-drop? Panic's a 4-drop, right?
He's 4.
Okay. Yeah, so you've got what, 2 1s, 2 3s, and a 4? Or is Raul? Or actually, I don't know. Yeah.
2 1s, a 2, a 3.
Oh, okay, so he is a 2. All right. Yeah, so that'd be good to keep, and then just get rid of the other 2 and see what you can get back. Because you got something that you can play on the first 4 turns for sure. And you've got options for turn 1. So yeah, then just put the other 2 back and see what else you can get. Just because you don't want to see those until later in the game. So I'm going to put back my 5. And let's see what 5 I get back. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I did finally get my 1-drop. I didn't get a 3-drop, but that's okay. Because I do have... Oh, no, I did get a 3-drop. I totally overlooked Peppa. So yeah, so now I've got a nice little curve here. I've got a 1-drop. I've got a couple of 2-drops. A 3. A 4. And then 2 uninkables. But... yeah, so I've got a nice little curve here. And then we'll...
I just looked at the stream chat, and that whole last sentence from Stop Radio is like a foreign language to me.
Okay. Yeah, so what he's saying is essentially like whenever you don't know what you're playing, that you want to get the curve, which the curve is what we were talking about, like being able to play something on turn 1, something on turn 2, having a turn 1 play, turn 2 play, turn 3 play, turn 4, and so on and so forth. And whenever he's talking about keeping the tempo, it's just because if you don't play something each turn, at least starting out, you might fall behind. And so that's what he's talking about whenever he says tempo. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of lingo that comes along with playing the game. And if I know I'm bad about doing it too. So like if I say something and you're like, all right, I have no clue what that word means, you can absolutely stop me and just be like, hey, what are you talking about? Because yeah, like I said, I know there's a lot of lingo to have to learn. And you really don't have to worry about shuffling too much just because, you know, this is a pretty unserious game. We're just trying to learn. So it's not exactly high stakes. And then I guess I'll let you choose. Do you want to take the first turn or do you want me to go first?
No, you go first.
Okay. All right, so I'll explain what I've got going on, just so that you know why I make the decisions that I do. So first thing, since I am going first, which is also referred to as being on the play, I won't draw. And what I am going to do is I am going to I'm going to ink this Trials and Tribulations. Now, the reason I'm going to do that is because I've already planned ahead what I'm going to do on my upcoming turns. Typically, if you don't know what to ink, especially on your like starting turns, just start with whatever is most expensive because that's going to take the longest for you to play. So like theoretically, if Bruno was inkable, I'd probably ink Bruno right here rather than this. But I know that I'm not going to play this, so that's why I'm going to ink it. But if you didn't have that knowledge, It's not any sort of big deal. Just ink the most expensive thing, and then I will exert this one ink to pay one for my Charlotte LaBouffe, and then I will pass the turn to you because she is still drying, so I cannot do anything else with her. And then you don't have to leave your cards face up whenever you ink them either. A lot of people just go ahead and flip them over, but I do it so I remember if I inked for turn or not. Did you draw your card for turn? Because you get to draw since you're going second.
Oh, draw.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, look, that's familiar.
Hey, perfect example of having something that's really expensive that you can't play yet.
Jeez. And
All right. Oh, and Pixelborn doing Pixelborn things yet again. Yeah, Stap, that is a good point. That's why we were playing with the starter decks tonight, just to try and keep it simple. All right. So now it's my turn again, and we go through the beginning turn steps. So we're going to ready my one ink, set. This is the set phase is where you would typically do anything that says at the start of your turn on a card. We don't have anything, so we don't have to do anything there. And then we'll draw. And I got a Pepa Madrigal, which works out great because I already have one, so now I don't have to make a hard decision on what I want to ink. I'm just going to ink this Pepa because I already have one. And then I'm going to pay my 2 ink for this Huey because he's uninkable. And I actually, on my next turn, I want to sing a 2-cost song with him. So I am just going to do that. Also, I forgot to update my ink total. And then I got choices with Charlotte here. So I can either do nothing with her, or I can quest with her. Just for the sake of example, because it's just a learn to play thing, I'm going to choose to quest with her. So I will exert her, and I will gain 1 lore. That is all that I can do for my turn, because I have spent all my available ink, and I have inked for turn. And I'll pass. I'm just going to put this dice here just so that anybody else that's watching that pops in, they can see that that's my hand. And don't forget to flip your ink card over, because they're supposed to be face down.
It's like when went to quest versus when challenge too.
What was that? I didn't hear what you'd asked, Gifted.
So Oh, I was just saying, I feel like I struggle with knowing when to quest versus when to challenge. Like I get too caught up in challenging, and then I don't quest enough,
Oh, I
and
gotcha.
I lose.
Yeah, I mean that's probably one of the harder things to figure out. Honestly, a lot of that just comes down to strategy. So it's something that you'll kind of have to learn as you play because it'll change from deck to deck. Some of the decks that you play will want to challenge more, and some will want to quest more. And then there are also some of your opponent's decks that will kind of alter that as well. So it's kind of a hard thing to just say in a blanket statement like, hey, here's when you want to and here's when you don't want to. Um, but like, so generally speaking, challenging is best whenever you can make a 1-for-1 trade. So if you can take something out in one shot, that's a good time to challenge. Or if there's going to be some sort of upside for you challenging just in general. So like, if I'm not mistaken, Fa Zhou has something with like the second time that you challenge, he has an effect. So if you're able to challenge twice in one turn, like it's good to do so to get the extra effect from that.
Yeah, you gain 3 more.
Yeah. So like in that case it would be nice to challenge with, twice with Fa Zhou on the board. But yeah, like your current board state, you probably would be better off either questing or doing nothing. Just because you're not going to be able to take out Charlotte in one hit. And then if you played your, I can't think of his name.
So inked.
Yep.
And then I'll play Razir.
Yeah, there you go.
That makes sense.
So he's got a play trigger, right? Or what does his rules text say?
If I have a character named Jafar.
Ah, okay. So that one doesn't apply.
When you play this character, if you have a character named Jafar in play, you may banish chosen item.
Okay. Yeah, so that one doesn't really apply. It wouldn't really apply even if you had Jafar in play. Not in the current situation, anyway.
So I'll just quest with KK.
Okay. All right. So then we're going to go through and we're going to ready. Set. Again, no at the start of your turn triggers. And then we'll draw. So I'm going to ink Bambi. Just because I already played my 2-drop. And before I do anything else in this particular turn, with what I have in hand, I want to play Peppa before I do anything else. So then I will exert my 3 to play Peppa. So Peppa says whenever one or more of your characters sings a song, you gain 1 lore. So, I have This Is My Family in hand. It's a 2-cost song, so characters with cost 2 or more can exert to sing the song, and whenever its ability is gain 1 lore, draw a card. So I'm going to have Huey, who is a 2-cost character, sing This Is My Family. So what happens here is I will gain 1 lore off of This Is My Family, and I will draw a card. And then Peppa will see that one of my characters sung a song, and I'll gain another lore. And then this goes into my discard. And then I will quest for 1 with Charlotte, and I will pass the turn to you. Did that make sense? I feel like I went through that a little bit too fast. I was trying to explain it, but I feel like I didn't do a very good job of that.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So long as it made sense. I guess that's all that it really...
No, I got it. Okay, now I'm not really sure where to go from here.
Okay. So what I would recommend doing, I would probably, let's see, I don't remember what the carpenter does. What does the carpenter do?
When this character is banished, you may exert chosen character.
Okay. So yeah, I would maybe ink the carpenter. Well, either the carpenter or the retrosphere. And then I would probably play, I would definitely play Fa Zhou, just because you can get his ability to pop off this turn. So you would want him on the field before you play anything, or before you do anything else.
Even though he's drying?
Yeah, because his ability will still work even with him drying, because he's going to see it happen. He just can't challenge, sing, or quest, but his ability will still work. Yep. So you'll play him out, and then you have 2 characters that you can challenge with, and 2 options to challenge. So you can either take out Huey, who's a 2/3, and will also take out Hey Hey and leave 1 damage on Razul, or you can take out Charlotte LaBouffe, and they will both live, and then you still have more characters on board, and you can do the same thing potentially the next turn. And whenever you do that, you'll get your your lore off of Fa Zhou.
Okay. So I will do that for Charlotte then. I will challenge Charlotte.
Okay, and then they'll each get a damage counter. Do you have any questions about like why playing it that way or anything?
Is it 1?
Yeah, 1.
I might actually put these to use because
Yeah, Stap, I think you're right. I think playing aggro is pretty easy to start.
Okay.
All right. All right. Oh, don't forget to gain your lore from.
Since I did that.
Yeah.
His effect goes into effect,
Mm-hmm.
and then.
Yeah. So see, look, you're keeping up and building up a bigger board than I've got. All right. So then it comes back around to me, and we do the same thing all over again. You ready? Draw for turn. Sick. Another inkable. Just what we wanted. So, I am again going to ink Bambi because I want to play this 4-drop, and I'd like to play this 6-drop before too long. So, I will ink Bambi, and then I am going to play Rider, and I think that's all I'm going to do with my turn because I don't want you to be able to challenge any of my stuff. And I want to potentially be able to do something more on my next turn. There's not really a whole lot I can do that's going to benefit me on my turn. So I'm just going to pass to you. Because if I quest or sing or any, which I don't have anything to sing, but if I were to quest, then you could banish my guys again. Although if I did, well, I guess yeah, if I did that with either one of them, it would cause you to banish both of your guys as well. So it could have gone either way, but I'm just choosing to do nothing. See, sometimes even just talking out loud can kind of help me think through these things too, because I had options there. I just chose not to do anything. And it might bite me because, you know, that's how the game goes sometimes. You got a better looking hand than I do.
Now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, you have too many characters on the board, it feels like. And now I feel like I have to start.
Well, I mean, you've got more characters. Well, I say more. You've got the same number of characters as I do, because these two are just my hand. And you got more cards in hand than I do, so you're doing all right. Honestly, you've got more advantage than I do right now. Because typically, the more cards that you have combined, the better off you are. Like the more cards in your hand, more cards that you have both in play as well as in your inkwell, those are all great things. That just means you've got more options to work with and more gas in the tank. If I don't start drawing some cards pretty soon, I'm going to be in trouble.
So, with Panic's thing, it says when you play this character, you may move up to 2 damage counters from chosen character to chosen opposing character.
Okay.
Can I, because it says just character, do I have to pick, would it have to just be one, or could I pick one from each? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand what you're asking. You know, you can only pick from one character, so you can pick either Heihei or Razul, but you can't pick both of them and move one from each. But that being said, yeah, that would be a good ability to use.
Want to play, so I am going to.
Yeah, Stat, I would definitely be down to play a little bit here after we're done with the learn to play session.
So,
I will tell you now though, I haven't actually put anything new together, so I'd still just be playing my regular purple steel deck.
I'm gonna move damage counter from Hey Hey onto Peppa, I guess.
All right, so Peppa now has 1 damage counter. Yeah, Staff, I'm looking forward to playing some off-meta stuff. I haven't done it in a while. I don't think my off-meta deck is going to be very good right now, but I think it's going to be fun, and that's really all I'm concerned about.
I think I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm down for some community brew.
So that I can use for user party again. So I'm going to. Let's see, maybe Huey with. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Well, with all my characters ready.
I'm trying to keep at least 3 characters on the board.
Do what? So with my characters readied, you're not able to challenge them because you can only challenge exerted characters. So your only options as of right now are to either quest or do nothing unless you had a song in hand, but you don't currently.
So I will just west with Hey and Rosemary, I guess.
All right. All right. And so now I will ready and draw for turn. Yeah, man, that's how it goes sometimes. Off-meta decks can catch you by surprise. All right, so let's see what we've got to work with now. So so this one gives Challenger +2, and whenever it's banished in a challenge... Oh, all of my characters get Challenger +2, and whenever they're banished in a challenge, return them to your hand. So that's one option that we could have if I ink Alma. Alma is a 5/5 that quests for 2 that once during my turn, whenever one or more of my characters sing a song, I may ready those characters. I don't currently have a song in hand, so I'm not guaranteed to get that one off. So what's probably gonna be my best bet? Well, let's see. I've got options here. I think I'm gonna go for the gamble because I know there's a bunch of songs in this deck. And I'm not gonna get banished regardless from these, and you're only gonna have 2 things to challenge with next turn. So I'm gonna ink my Forest Duel. Okay, yeah, I did read this properly. So whenever this character quests, I may pay 1 less for the next character that I play. I'm at 5 ink, so I'm going to quest with Huey, going up to 5. And then I'll pay 5 instead of 6 for Alma. And then I will have Peppa challenge Razul. So the 2 strength she'll deal 2 damage to Razul. That will banish him. And she'll take 1 damage from him, putting her up to 2. And then I will have Ryder challenge Hey Hey. He'll deal 3, and Ryder will take 2. And he's evasive, so he can't get challenged by anything you currently have on board. But Hey Hey will be banished. And then now you've only got 2 things that you can challenge with. And so you can still get Fajo's ability to pop off potentially, but that is going to be my turn. I only have 1 card in hand, which I don't like. That makes me very sad. I like drawing lots of cards, and these pre-constructed decks do not do that. Yeah, Stap, you're right. Yellow blue, honestly, it's got some good tools. It could come up. I'm not gonna lie, it's one I've looked at a little bit, but I don't really like playing yellow too much, and I'm kind of forcing myself into it with this deck.
I really want to play this Iago, but I don't know.
Honestly,
I have enough ink without having to add.
Yeah.
Maybe I could ink this. Do I bother inking it, or do I just play the Iago?
Yeah, I mean, I would still ink, because you're going to need it, especially if you want to play the Jafar. Which, if I'm not mistaken, Jafar has some sort of synergy with illusion characters, which Iago is an illusion. So, yeah, you're definitely going to want to be able to play Jafar. And you don't have to spend all of your ink every turn. So, yeah, and especially because I have Ryder who's evasive, and you don't have any evasives currently to be able to take care of him. So if you didn't get an evasive on the board and you don't have a song to take care of him, this is just going to be free lore every turn because you can't touch it. So I'll just quest with it every single turn and know that nothing's going to happen to it. So yeah, I would pay the 4 for the Iago, because you might not be able to take care of Ryder this turn, but next turn, he's a problem.
And then I'm going to challenge with Panic and Faju. Are all of your willpowers 3 or 4?
So, Huey is a 3 willpower, and Peppa is a 4. But Peppa also has 2 damage counters already. So you'll be able to take out 1 character, but not both. But you really just need to challenge twice to get the effect off. It doesn't matter if they're banished or not.
Okay. I think we'll do it for Peppa.
All right. Are you challenging? Which one's gonna go after Peppa?
Sorry.
You're good.
I'm gonna have Panic challenge Peppa.
Okay. So
And
then
then-
she's banished, and Panic will take 2.
She will challenge
Huey?
Huey. Can he do that?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, Huey's not evasive. The only one that is Ryder. So then you did your 2 challenges. So Fajo's effect will go into the bag and resolve. So you'll gain your 3 lore, right? Oh, look at you. Now you're running away with the game. Alright. Then I will ready my stuff up here. And I will draw for turn. And I didn't draw into a song, which is no fun for me. But so goes life, I suppose. So I might as well... yeah, go ahead and pay 4 for Tiana. She's a 2/4, singer 6, and whenever I play a song, each opposing character gets -1 strength. So now, let's see. So I need to get rid of, excuse me. Really, Faju is the biggest one that I need to take care of. So I think I will have Huey challenge Faju, and they both die a horrible death. And I know Ryder is gone on my next turn if I quest with him. And Panic is still gonna quest for 2 if he's left alone. So I'm gonna have Ryder challenge Panic, and then they will also both still die horrible deaths. And then I'm not gonna do anything with Alma because I need her ability. So I am going to just pass the turn back to you. And Gifted Stap said that if you like playing your purple steel deck and you want to make something competitive, we'll get something together for you. Ooh, that's a good card to have taken off the top there.
I don't know if I probably have the cards available to build said deck.
See, even better. Not even having to spend any extra money. All right, so can you read Jafar to me? I don't remember what his ability is. I know it's something to do with illusions, but that's the only part that I remember. Or at least I think that's the one to do with illusions.
During an opponent's turn, whenever one of your illusion characters is banished, you may return that card to your hand.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, so and is he a 5-drop or is he a 6-drop?
He's only a 4-drop.
Oh, well, even better. Yeah, so I'd probably play him out just because illusions die to a gust of wind. So you at least get some extra value if you have him out, because you can quest with Iago for free because he's evasive. So I don't have anything that can actually do anything to him. So you can quest with him for free without really having to worry too much about anything happening to him, because if he gets banished, he just goes back to your hand. Yeah, there you go.
I don't want to ink my giant cobra.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, honestly, at this point, you don't necessarily have to. I think pretty much everything in your deck you should be able to play with the amount of ink that you have. So it's not that big of a deal if you miss an ink drop here. I didn't ink on my last turn either. So you're also not falling behind by not inking the Cobra.
I'm gonna quest with Noho.
All right. All right, and then I am going to ready, set, hope for a song. Unfortunate, but we got a shift target for Bruno now. So I'm just gonna pay my 4 ink for this Bruno, and he says whenever you play this character, chosen opposing character, can't ready at the start of their next turn. So I am going to choose Iago. So Iago is not going to ready. And then because he can't ready and Alma has a big body and I'm falling behind, I am going to quest for 2 with Alma. Yeah, and Tiana's safe as well, so I'm going to quest with her as well in an attempt to catch up, and then I am going to pass the turn. Well, Iago won't ready because of Bruno's effect, so he's going to stay exerted.
Oh, yeah.
It's all good. That's not something that normally happens. I'm bad about doing that too, even being used to those sorts of effects.
I think I'm going to. I feel like I'm going out on my own here.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna have a turn where I don't ask for help, maybe.
Yeah,
We'll
just
see.
Absolutely.
Play Cobra. When you play this character, you may choose to discard a card to gain 2 lore. I'm gonna discard my Amethyst Coil.
All right.
Gain 2 lore. And I think that's all I'm gonna do because I'm afraid to exert Jafar and have anything happen to him because I think Alma has 5 strength. So
yeah, no, that's a great choice. You're learning quickly because that is exactly what I would recommend. Because you're right, Alma would just attack Jafar, and then he would his effect would no longer do you any justice. So I'm gonna ready. I'm gonna draw for turn. Oof. All right, so here, now we're going to get to do some shift shenanigans because Bruno is a shift 5, and he says whenever this character sings a song, you may draw a card for each character you have in play. We have 5 ink, so I am going to pay that 5 to shift Bruno. Unfortunately, we do not have a song for him to sing, because that would be great. I am going to ink Dolores, just because she's not really going to do us any good here. And then I have a decision to make. So I am pretty far behind. And I could potentially quest for 5 to start catching up. But if I do that, you have plenty of big bodies on board, and you can just start clearing me out and run away with the game. So instead, I am going to just hope to God that next turn I draw into a song, and I'm going to pass because I'll have all sorts of triggers if I can draw into a song.
So now I can ready Iago,
Yes,
right?
yeah. It was just that one turn with Bruno, so he can ready now.
Oh no. Knocked over a whole stack of fables.
Oh no. That happens. Honestly, I'm kind of glad that you guys can't see more of my deck or more of my desk whenever I stream. Because honestly, it looks like an episode of Hoarders right now because I've been trying to go through my collections, like between Magic and Lorcana, to thin some of this out. And so I just have like boxes and boxes and stacks of cards just all chilling just out of view.
I want to get rid of Alma so that I can quest with Jafar and not be so stressed about it, but I don't think that would. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you're kind of at a point, especially if you play both of your characters, where it's gonna be hard for me to catch up because you're at 12. You can quest this turn for 4, which takes you up to 16. And if you play the other two, you'll have 3 more on board, leaving you just one shy of 20. Whereas I'm only at 8, and I have no cards in hand. And Iago, I certainly can't take care of at all unless I run into some sort of removal song. So honestly, you would be fairly safe here if you did want to just quest out.
See, this is the part where I would have gotten hung up on challenging.
Yeah, I understand. It is a hard thing to really weigh whenever you're just getting started. There's not, because like I said, it's not a very straightforward decision. All right, so now I'm gonna hope for a miracle because that's pretty much the only thing that can save me. So all ready, and come on, song. We didn't get a song, so that means I have to try removing some stuff. So, and there's not anything that I can do, so I'm just gonna pay 2 for Antonio's Jaguar because why not? And then I'm gonna quest for 2, 4, 5, going up to 13, and then I'll pass it over to you for the win because even if I took out the 2 things that I could, you still have enough lore on board that I couldn't possibly win.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything, but this is the first game out of all like 6 of them that I have actually won.
Nice. See, you're learning. You're getting wins in. You got to start somewhere. So after this game, does all of this make more sense to you? Is it still clear as mud? Do you have more questions?
Yeah. I think I just need more practice.
Yeah, that's
like,
fair.
Understand what I want to do. Things.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I mean, we can definitely do some more practice games here and there. You know, every couple of streams or so, if you want to do that. Of course, you know that I like playing with you guys. I'm gonna play with Snap here in just a minute, as long as he's still hanging out with us and still wanting to play some games. So I'm definitely down to hang out and play some more.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's no problem.
I promise I will get the technology stuff figured out before if we ever do this again.
Believe me, I had plenty of issues. I mean, I'm sure you probably saw whenever I first started streaming a few weeks ago too. Whenever I was having, issues with it freezing up constantly. Oh yeah, and Mac brought up a good point too, that Inktable would be a good place for you to get some practice in too, without having any sort of, intimidation factor, because Inktable's just playing up against a robot. So you can.
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, you should check it out. I know I've never played it personally, but I have seen a lot of people play on it, like on YouTube and stuff. And yeah, it's definitely good for practicing without any sort of like pressure or anything like that, because the computer is going to wait on you as long as you need for you to make decisions. So you don't have to worry about like, am I taking a while or anything like that, which you also don't have to worry about whenever you're playing against me either, because I'm never going to rush anybody whenever they're playing. Not at least unless we're in a tournament. If we're in a tournament and there's a time limit, I'll I'll definitely pressure people a little bit more if they're taking too much time. But whenever we're just hanging out here on stream, absolutely no pressure to play quickly. I'd rather you take the time to play well and learn, and ask any questions that you've got.
Thank you so much. I'll catch you in the Discord.
No problem. We'll see you in the Discord. Hey, look at that. We got gifted our first win, too? All right. Oh, yeah, that's really nice. I didn't know that. All right. I am going to step out for like 30 seconds, give or take. I will be right back. You guys don't go anywhere. Whoop, if I don't knock my mic over in the process. All right, I'm back. Did y'all miss me? All right, let's see if I can get this. Man, I need to get a better, like a proper mic stand, honestly. I guess technically this is a proper mic stand, but it's not designed for the kind of microphone that I've got. Let's see. I also need to turn this down a little bit. Stapp, are you still hanging out with us, man? Also, what did I... Oh, it's going to be over here. Looks like Stapp might have stepped out. It looks like he's doing other things now. So I think that might be where we call it for tonight. That was a lot of fun. Gifted, I really appreciate you coming and hanging out on stream. I hope that you actually. I hope that helped. I know I'm not the best teacher in the world, but I do enjoy getting to hang out and teach people how to play, despite not being very good at it. In my personal opinion, anyway. Oh, it's absolutely. I'm like I said, I just enjoy teaching people how to play. So, and this is a great no pressure environment to just kind of hang out and ask questions. And it seems like you were catching on pretty quick too. I mean, being able to, especially only you said 5 games before this that you'd played, and you were able to make most of the decisions by yourself. So, you're definitely getting there. So, if you want, we can do this again someday next week, I think. I'm not going to commit to that just yet on stream. I'm trying to think of what my next week is looking like. So, like I said, I got a bunch of stuff, unfortunately, that I have to do around the house because, it's the holiday season and people are going to start, well, it's getting ready to be the holiday season anyway, and people are going to be starting to come to the house soon. We're going to have a bunch of people in the next few weeks, and there's a bunch of chores that I've been putting off because, I was playing my silly little card game trying to get a mat. And so things that I've been needing to do have been pushed off for like a month. Yeah, sorry, Mac. I've got the links disabled. Kind of what we were talking about the auto moderation stuff the other day. Yeah, it's gonna shoot down links like 90% of the time. It only allows links for like very specific websites, I think. I think I have it set to allow like for Discord and Dreamborn, maybe. But yeah, yeah, I've had some issues with some crazy links, especially whenever I was streaming on Kick too. So trying to make sure that that's not allowed, especially with, everything showing up over here. But yeah, absolutely. Throw that in the Discord so that Gifted can go and check it out. And also, too, Gifted, if you have questions that come up, if you go play on Inktable, absolutely feel free to hit us up on the Discord, and we are more than happy to help. And if you're wanting to look into other decks too, I know that's probably not necessarily the first thing on your mind, probably trying to figure out like the basic gameplay first. But if you get to the point that you do want to try something else out, absolutely let us know. We need to check in on Lorcana dude too. I know he had surgery last week and I haven't heard from him since then, so we probably need to holler at him in the Discord and see how he's doing. Hopefully so. I hope he's doing all right. Meant to do that earlier today and I've just gotten caught up, so I'm gonna hit him up in the Discord too while we're on the topic of Discord. Okay, so while I'm thinking of it too, do you guys have any interest in doing a show and tell maybe sometime in the next couple of weeks on stream? We can do like a theme deck show and tell, or maybe even just a collection show and tell. If you got something cool in your collection that you'd want to show off. I know I've got some neat stuff that I don't know that is things that people. Yes, a meme deck would be awesome. Absolutely. If you want to put something. Yeah, they never come back. That one is a pretty sad card. But yeah, that could be really fun. We could do a show and tell with decks that have a theme to them. So maybe we'll like post them in the Discord, and then next week we can have a fun little show and tell segment, because I'm trying to come up with things to keep it, a little bit more interesting rather than just gameplay every single stream. I know like gameplay is what a lot of people want, and I'm definitely still going to do that too, but I think just trying to have fun with the game outside of just the gameplay, because there's so much more to it. So I think that could be a good way to do it too. So yeah, we'll plan on sometime next week doing that. All right, Mac. See you later. We're gonna be I'm gonna be hopping off here in just a minute too. I'm just wanting to, like I said, try and figure out some things for next week while it's on my mind. So yeah, we'll plan on doing a little bit of a show and tell in the disc, or we'll have things submitted in the Discord, and I'll bring it up sometime, probably like an early next week stream too, to maybe like Monday night, because I should be back on Monday night. Bring that up and see how everybody's feeling. Maybe get some extra people in here. If not, it's fine. You and I can just have a couple of decks to do gifted, and we can show those off, and then everybody else can be like, oh man, I wish I had a deck to show off, and then maybe we can we can add to that. But I think this is where I am going to call it, so that I can go get ready for the real world, because unfortunately I am gonna have to wake up and go to work again in the morning, because unfortunately bills must be paid. But Gifted, I had a great time hanging out playing with you. I hope that all helped, and I look forward to doing it again in the very near future. All right. All right, I'll see you on the next time. Bye.